Saturday, May 13th, 10:32 a.m. New York time. This be a weekly stock market recap. We'll look at the weekly candles, look at a higher duration over a few years. It's very important because we just completed a full week and coming in closer to the United States government setting policy going forward on either cut spending or raise the budget. Backroom deals. So we're looking here in the US dollar index. A lot of opinion makers, talking heads on the mainstream media, again, the nonsense ones, talk about the dollar is crashing. Yeah, they've said that the past few days. Some of them even refer to the dollar being at record lows for the life of their knowledge. Well, we're looking here at the US dollar index. I'm going to put this back for a 3-year. Look at that. Here's a low of 3 years ago. There's a high of 3 years ago. Here we are now. This is the high of this year. This is the low of this year. A stronger dollar often makes imports cheaper. Yep, it helps the consumer, helps the manufacturer, helps the business. So just the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, that often helps strengthen the dollar, as other countries do when they raise their interest rates, strengthens the dollar. Well, the U.S. Federal Reserve does not directly choose to raise the U.S. dollar. There's other reasons it goes higher too. Why? It's one of the safe haven currencies compared to other countries. So looking here at the U.S. dollar for the week, we took out the high of last week. Contradicts so much nonsense. The knuckleheads, the mainstream media, as well as Congress members that potentially mislead the public. Strong dollar right here. Almost a solid body. Almost engulfing all those. But again, fact, it took out the high of all these past weeks. Very strong. So now we're sitting in supply zone with our prior sellers. So come Sunday night when the futures market's open and going forward the rest of the week, we'll see if this momentum continues to the upside. Okay, let's go look at the stock market now. We're looking at the S&P 500 cash index, inside candle for the week. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. So again, similar to the dollar, to that tight consolidation. And over here, tight consolidation, either long wicks, past few weeks, buyers stepping in. What's interesting is it was such a small trading range this past week, plus inside candle. So that means interpret it as indecision. Indecision. That's what the chart's showing. For the NASDAQ 100, new high for the year. Broke above the high of last week too. The trend is up. Technology stocks is the leadership. The Dow Jones Industrial Average also inside candle, tight consolidation. The Dow Transports red for the week. Yeah, did make a higher high, but also made a lower low. It's in this tight consolidation here too. I think I'll update that here too. These are boxes I'm drawing. And if you've been following my videos for some time, you know that these boxes I use help determine trend, show staircase patterns up or down. Help you determine which direction we're trading. The Dow Utilities, tight consolidation here. Also inside candle for the week, indecision. And the Russell 2000, also inside candle. Another tight consolidation here. So overall, looking at all these stock indexes, my interpretation, my opinion, I don't need no mainstream media or Congress member that intentionally wants to mislead the public. The market is strong in certain industries, certain sectors, and certain indexes. Clear right here, leadership, technology, dollar cost average, good investment here. Again, things could change, but that's leadership. So being the S&P 500 stock index here, this index here includes the NASDAQ 100, the Dow Industrial Average, the Dow Transports, Dow Utility, plus the S&P 100. So those other indexes, not the Russell 2000, but these other indexes are inside the S&P 500. The S&P 500 stock index all American companies, has sectors, 11 of them, and we're going to look at the 11 sectors to see where the leadership is. Some wisdom here, if you're investing in the markets, 401k, IRA, or some other portfolio, I highly recommend you focus on the leadership. Don't be invested in the broad market, because the broad market could drag down your performance if you are all in leadership and maintain good money management, looking at it once a year, once a month, once a week, to manage controlling risk of getting out of bad positions. You'll beat the stock index just because you're broad, diversified in all the indexes. No, that's not going to perform better than the leadership. So we're looking at XLK. XLK is technology. Yep, this is a stock ETF I'm showing you. It also made a new high for the year. White candle, that means it open and close the same, and it's also a dodgy kind of candle, top of a pattern. That's very concerning. Sometimes that's a reversal. XLV, healthcare. Look at that, red for the week, lower high, lower low, doing a trend, but it's huge consolidation here too. XOF, financials, inside candle for the week. Yeah, weakness. Losers. XLY, consumer discretionary. Yep, tight consolidation here. Almost a dodgy candle forming there. Very suspicious. Might be distribution. Smart money might be selling. Again, that's not leadership. XLC, X-ray, Lima, Charlie, communication services, inside candle. Very close to the highs, but that's suspicious here too. But again, the momentum is close to the highs, so we expect has a probability of more likely breaking out to the upside. XLI, industrials, massive consolidation here. It looks like it's distribution, looks like smart money selling here. Yeah, use caution here. XLP, consumer staples, green for the week, but it made a lower high, lower low. It's in a tight consolidation here too. So it looks like buyers stepping in and defending it. Again, it was a long trading range, but big wick on the bottom. There we go. XLE, energy, red for the week, lower low, lower high. So a lot of this has to do with a stronger dollar and also sell off crude oil. That's making these prices lower here. XLU, utilities, dodgy inside candle, tight consolidation here. XLRE, real estate, look at this tight consolidation here too, inside candle. A lot of indecision the market's having. XLB, materials, yep, lower low, lower high. Again, these sectors very well tell the story of where the leadership is and where the losers is. And they're all stock ETFs. You could trade them. You could invest in them. So let's go look at now some of the very broad stocks that most institutions are participating in. The FANG Plus stocks. You know, your Apple, your Microsoft, your Google, your Tesla.